What's up, guys? I'm Tinashe Moyo, and welcome to another episode of Stride. On this channel, my goal is to inspire people to take the first step towards their goals in life using my personal experiences. And in this video, I will be talking about embracing the hero's journey. So sit back and enjoy. Okay, welcome back. So, first and foremost, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Whether you are a first timer or you've been part of the journey since the beginning, I really appreciate you for being here. Now, before I go any further, I know probably some of you were actually expecting to see the Thulani J. Manokore story, but unfortunately, it couldn't happen due to various reasons. Eventually, you're going to get the episode, but for today, you are stuck with me.
Go away! Go away! Go away! Go away!
Wow. I felt that. I really, really felt that. But regardless, we move on. So, today is an episode that is quite interesting for me, in the sense that I, had a revelation, I think a couple of weeks ago, or rather a month ago, if I should say. So, I think on a couple of my episodes, I've spoken a lot about my love for movies. And I think today I really want to dive in a little bit in regards to what my love for movies really does for me. So I think back in 2022, a movie called The Batman was released, and it was starring Robert Pattinson. I think some of you guys might actually remember him from the cult movie called Twilight, the vampire movie. So, well, I didn't say cult in a bad way. Like, it gained a cult following. That's why I used the word cult. So 2022, The Batman was released, and I was super pumped for it together with my best friend Tawanda Perai. So we've always had this culture of going to the movies when a blockbuster is released. So we planned on going to watch The Batman. And so I think if you're a movie follower, particularly DC, like The Batman, you will know that The Batman was a very long movie. It was like about 2.5 hours, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Like, it was really, really long. So we went to the movie house, and surprisingly, I fell asleep during the movie, like in the middle of the movie. And I don't really know how long I slept. I probably was tired from work, but I slept, and I woke up before the movie was even finished. Like, you actually figured that once you wake up, the movie goes for like almost another hour. Like, that's how long it was. So after the movie, I could not tell Tawanda that I slept during the movie because we had hyped each other up so much. And I only got to tell him, I think, was it like 3 weeks ago? That's when I got to tell him that I slept during the movie. So, anyways, I think shortly after that, the following week, when I got back to work, just talking about the movie with my friends, my colleagues, you know, most of them were just laughing about the movie, at the movie, like, oh, the movie is long, the movie sucks, the movie is boring. Funny enough, I actually backstabbed Batman, and I joined the laughing wagon, just to make fun of the movie. Oh, like the movie sucks. I thought the movie was gonna be this. I thought the movie was gonna be that, and I ended up even backstabbing Tawanda as well, like telling my friends that Tawanda is Batman. Like he actually thinks he's Batman because Tawanda is so, you know. Ooh, my prayer alarm. Sorry. Tawanda is always so soaked when it comes to movies, especially movies that he really likes. He gets so soaked in the story, the character, the production company. Like he even reads comic books. Like I've never really done comic book things before. So I was just mocking him, like, yeah, Tawanda actually thinks he's Batman. So, but fast forward to last month, I was really having fun with the HBO TV series called The Penguin, which was actually a spin-off series from the Batman movie. So the Penguin movie starred Colin Farrell. I'm actually a big fan of Colin Farrell. So I really, really enjoyed that series. Like it was actually 10 out of 10 for me. So once I was done with the series, I was like, man, I really feel like continuing with the gritty type of movie momentum. Since the whole penguin thing was, those crazy sort of like downtown gangster type of movies. So I was just like, man, I still need to continue with that feel. So immediately, that's when I thought of watching The Batman. So I decided, like, okay, let me give it another shot. And it's like my shot at redemption. So I rewatched The Batman, and I gotta be honest with you, like I felt so bad like during the movie watching it. I was really, really enjoying. And I was just like, man, why did I even join the laughing bandwagon? Like Batman sucks. When I know I've been a huge fan of characters like that ever since I was a kid. So as I was watching the movie, I felt inspired, from I think the way Batman carries himself, the way even Bruce Wayne, you're looking at Bruce Wayne when he's not wearing the Batman costume, you actually see Bruce Wayne, this cool, rich guy, and then when he gets into the Batman mood, he's another different character, an interesting character. So I was just like, man, I felt so inspired by it. And so, you know how it is when kids watch movies, they latch on to whatever character they'll be watching, such that after the movie is done, they want to play the character. They want to reenact the movie. That's how little kids are. So, coming back to who I am, I had that mindset, right? I had that kind of approach. Like, man, I kind of feel like the hero in this movie, but I also had a different approach. I had a different mindset in the sense that I was looking at it this way. Batman fights crime. Batman solves mysteries. For some reason, I resonated with Batman more. This is not to kick any other superhero in the face, but I resonated with Batman more in the sense that he's not invincible. He doesn't have any superpowers, right? So he, as I said earlier, like he fights crime, he solves mysteries. So I just looked at myself and I was just like, man, I really like Batman. And the mysteries can be the things in my life, be it the challenges, like just life's challenges in general, work stuff, and all of those things. Those can be my mysteries. And by virtue of that, I can eventually become a hero like Batman. Now, during Batman's storytelling, I think the narrations in the beginning of the movie and at the end, he actually speaks about hoping to do everything, right? But he can't. So he has to show up for the things that he can do. Like, you can't save the whole world, but you can at least save a portion. There's a part that you can do. So I was just like, okay, I really, really resonate with this story. So I was just like, okay, instead of being the kids who just go outside and just play Batman, like, oh, I'm Batman, I turn myself into a real life hero. You get to understand all of these things. Like the reason why I resonate so much with someone like Batman, in as much as he goes out and fights crime, he still has his own demons, right? That's the interesting thing. Just like us in life, I'll speak for myself. I've got my own demons. I've got so many things that I go through, like on every single day, or things that I've gone through in the past, right? Those are what I would like to call my demons. But regardless of that, I felt like, man, it seems like I kind of figured that my purpose in life is to, help the next person in the best way I can. I look back at conversations that I've had with different people. I've spoken about a friend of mine who had been going through a difficult time, and I simply told them that I'm not a therapist, but based on some of the things that I've gone through in my previous encounters, I could be able to help you with a small thing. And I was able to assist with that. So I was just like, okay, so I guess my purpose in life is probably being a hero, right? Because some of these things that I go through every single day are things that are going to make me stronger and better for the next person. I even look at things like, I also get inspiration from comedians. We can talk about Trevor Noah. We can talk about Kevin Hart. There's people like Dave Chappelle, Lenmore Jonasi, Carl Joshua Ngube, and some of these other people. I think so many names that I couldn't really pick out. So when I look at those things, these guys are comedians. Every time I get to watch them on stage, they make me feel some type of way. Like I really enjoy that. So when I look at when I look back at myself, I'm just like, man, I think I kind of have a comedic nature, although I'm still yet to really tap into the potential. But it's like most of my friends know that I'm that type of person. Like every single time that I want to open my mouth, definitely something silly is going to come out of my mouth. People know that, and people actually enjoy that. Like, I'm not trying to brag or anything like that, but this is just something that comes naturally to me when I'm around people. And I feel like, man, I really want to make people happy. Not like I'm trying to force things, but naturally, I think I've often spoken about naturally being a giver. So, because most people think that giving is simply just about money, but giving is also time and energy. So I'm just like, man, I actually feel like I'm that type of person who can actually put a smile on, on the next person. So these are things that I really, really enjoy. Like, talk about something silly. There's a friend of mine who got just a small wound on their thumb. So they actually asked me for some water, and I helped clean their thumb with the water, and also just asking around for a tissue to stop the bleeding. So I think about 2 days after, I actually texted them and told them like, hey, you should call me the Bell. Why? Because I was able to assist you when you had that small wound. So now you can go around and tell people that you were saved by the Bell. That sounds stupid. That sounds silly, but it actually made them laugh. So now I get to look at, these things and say, okay, humor is like my superpower, you know? And at the same time, inspiration and motivation are also my superpower. So this just okay. I think when I come back to humor, I even look at a character like Spider-Man. Spider-Man still gets to save the day, but through his humorous ways. So this is how I, pick up these things. Like, I take maybe just small bits from different characters and apply to my own personal character. And, you become this larger than life, real life hero. But at the same time, it's easy to want to help the next person. Like, okay, I'm meant to help the next person. But the most important thing is not forgetting about yourself. Charity begins at home. Yes, we want to help the people outside, but you also need to consider yourself. You also have to be your own hero. If you can't be your own hero, then it's going to be difficult to help the next person. Why? Because you need things like inner peace to be able to help the next person. When people come at you with their different issues, you gotta be strong, like mentally, physically. Not really physically, because if you look at me, I'm like a skinny person, but mentally and emotionally, you gotta be strong to be able to carry the next person's burden. Even the Bible says, bear one another's burdens. But you can bear someone else's burden if you are strong, if you make sure that you save yourself from anything that you go through. Yes, We go through so many difficult things, but what matters the most is how you react after that challenge comes your way. So I think that's just the most important thing that I got to learn. Kind of sounds weird that I got to pick up some life lessons from a movie like the Batman, but I mean, yeah, people are different. There's people who can pick up inspiration from other different parts of life, but I'm someone who picks up inspiration from so many different things that I see, things that I get to hear. So, uh, you know, I think that was pretty much the story that I had for today. The moral of the story is this: we all have our battles and challenges, like I've said before, but you know, like Batman or any other superhero, we can definitely show up for the things that matter. You know, sometimes I feel like being a hero simply means being there for someone in need. Think about how you can be a hero in your own way. You know, sometimes it's helping a friend or just being the source of light for someone. Pretty much that. So, yeah, the most important thing, don't forget about yourself. Yeah, because at first, when I came up with this whole idea, I was just like, being the hero for the next person. But I want to thank a really good friend of mine who actually reminded me that you also have to be your own hero. You know, never ever forget about yourself. Never ever neglect yourself. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, anyways, I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to tune in to listen to my story. Yeah, I know sometimes I have weird stories to tell, but the goal is to simply just be the source of light to you guys. Like what I spoke about in, I think, my last solo episode, where I was, I think the episode called Redefining the Spotlight, where I was simply talking about looking back, like self reflection, and just looking at what God places in front of you. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you've been getting value from my content, please leave your thoughts in the comments section. I'd love to know what you guys think. Leave a like. Make sure you are subscribed. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Click on the notifications bell so that you don't miss any episode that I release. There's more guests that are coming on this podcast. So you got to make sure that you're subscribed, that you're tuning in every single week so that you don't miss the interesting stories from different perspectives. So, yeah, I really do appreciate you guys for listening to my stories. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. This is from me and just me only. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.